Hey everyone, welcome back to the Football Plug as we take a look today at the NFC East offseason needs and how and what each team needs to get better and to hopefully for them and their fans win the division next year. We're starting off draft order, so we're gonna go with the Eagles first off. Everyone knows they need some offensive weapons, especially a wide receiver. It's just that, they haven't had good enough production out of that position for a few years now. Injuries to Alshon Jeffrey going back. He's no longer the same player. Injuries to the tight end is also affecting that. They also could obviously use a quarterback, most important position on the field. I don't know if they're going to stick with Jalen Hurts, but I think they should. If someone like Kyle Wilson or Justin Fields slips to them at 6, I think they should hop on that and take them. They could also use a cornerback opposite Darius Slay, and Darius Slay wasn't even the Darius Slay that we've seen from him going back a few years. I also have them down for linebacker, safety, and offensive line. Particularly offensive line. They had some older players, some injured players last year. Are they going to be able to rely on those guys again? I don't think they know that for sure. So they should definitely be beefing that up because we saw what kind of impact that had on Carson Wentz, when he wasn't able to be protected. Then we have the Cowboys. They need to repair their offensive line. It was only a couple of years ago when they had, debatably the best offensive line in the league. That's no longer the case. Tyron Smith can't stay healthy. Along with the retirement of Travis Frederick and so on. They also could use a cornerback. They're probably not going to bring back Awuzie. I think they also have some other free agents at that position. And they could also use some interior defensive line and edge help along opposite of DeMarcus Lawrence. They really couldn't stop much of the run last year. Really poor. Their whole defense really, you could say is in need. Including linebacker Jalen Smith down here, Van Der Esch, injuries similar to Sean Lee for years. And they also could, not the biggest need, but if they got another tight end, I think that could, just blow up the offense basically, provided they improve the offensive line first. Next up, Giants. They need a wide receiver for sure. If they're lucky, maybe one of these wide receivers drops to them, Devontae Smith, Jamar Chase. I don't know if it'll happen, but, they could use that. They also could use help on the edge. They had, really good interior defensive line play from Leonard Williams and Dalvin Tomlinson last year. And now if they can just get some edge pressure, the defense could be really good with some of the other pieces they have, like Blake Martinez, James Bradbury. Opposite James Bradbury, they could use another cornerback also, as well as another linebacker that could, play in space and cover. Last, they also need, Andrew Thomas will probably continue, hopefully for their case, continue to get better. Was slow starter, but got better as the year went on. Will Hernandez hasn't panned out really, and they could also use, Nate Soldier obviously didn't play, but he hasn't panned out as well. Last up, we have Washington football team. And if Mac Jones is somehow there, I think at 19, they should take him. They need a quarterback. They also need another wide receiver to help, take the pressure off Terry McLaurin. They could use offensive line help after, Trent Williams is gone. And their defensive line is amazing, but, their back end could improve a little bit, I feel. As well as, a really rangy tackling machine linebacker. If they could find one of those, they're not always out there, obviously. Hard to find, but I think, Washington could again then, if they address some of these needs, be actually the team to win the division again. But that's going to be all for this episode, guys. Next up, we're probably going to look at the AFC North or South. So if you guys enjoyed, like, comment, subscribe. I'll talk to you guys next time.